What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Triple T Thursday. That's tips, tricks, tutorials. If you're into that kind of thing, you're in the right place. Today, I want to have a chat with y'all about hitting 100 subscribers, or more specifically, your first 100 subscribers on YouTube, whether it's, a new YouTube channel or one that you're trying to revive from being dormant in the past. I think it's kind of a fun new way to refresh, and some people may need a little bit of kick in the pants reminder that you probably set a New Year's resolution to maybe finally make more videos. I know I did. We should do a check-in with that. How's that going for everybody? Right? Do as I say, not as I do. Good shake, buddy. Okay, so I figured we should talk about that. And I'm like, who am I? I have not usually dabbled in how to get blank subscribers in the past because I'm so awful at gaining subscribers on my YouTube channel. We all know this. You know this. I know this. Everybody knows this. Anyone with Social Blade access can know this. However, I am still qualified to talk about this because as of current, I am about to hit 100 subscribers on an additional YouTube channel that I have. And I can tell you that I've already done it on, oh man, I thought I had it. Let me go look real quick. Let me just take a quick peek-see. And as we're doing that, Adam's here. He's already answered the question, what's in your cup? Thank you so much for participating. Today, we've got the Pike Place Market Spice Market tea. And I'm just waiting for that to infuse and all that goodness. So let's count them up here real quick. We've got one. Ooh, I am 2 subscribers away from whatever this one will next be. So let's just count it real quick. That'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I have 8 different channels that all have at least 100 subscribers or more. So I feel like I am qualified to help chat with y'all about what do we do to get our first 100 subscribers when it comes to YouTube. Now, also, gut check for just a minute out there for some of the people. If you made a New Year's resolution to start a YouTube channel, revive a YouTube channel, get more serious about YouTube, raise your hand. Maybe a little emoji, maybe a little something. Share with the class, okay? Let's have a chat about that. And it is now, February 1st, I believe it is, right? No, it's February 2nd. So that means some people who have made this New Year's resolution or whatever have already given up on it, because a lot of people sometimes get into that second month, they're just like, where some people, kind of like when you're on a diet and you're like, I already ate a candy bar today, so screw it. I'm not on a diet anymore, whatever it is. So some people get like that with New Year's resolutions too. They're like, I made this YouTube channel resolution and I didn't do anything for all of the month. And some people get discouraged and some people have a fire lit under them. I don't know which camp you're in. Let me know. But if that was you and you're like, okay, I think I need to amp it up, let's chat about it. Also, if you are someone who has more than 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel, I would love for you to participate in this conversation and tell the class, put in the comment section, what tips would you give for someone who's starting a YouTube channel who wants to hit the first 100 subscribers? If they're good enough, I'll just steal them, call them my own. Kidding, not kidding. I'll give you credit. All right, fair enough. So, that's so good. So good. Would it have been good to actually write down all the things on my iPad and share them with the class? No. Would it have also been good to have a Post-it with these? Yes. All of these above things could have been true, but alas, none of them were. Sad times. All right. So you may be asking yourself, why do you have 8 different, YouTube channels, all with 100 subscribers or more? Here's one of the things about YouTube, right? And we've talked about this before in the past and everything. Especially if you were dabbling as a newer YouTube channel and you were going after maybe search traffic, which is what a lot of people will tell you to go after in the very beginning, because it's answering a specific question with a specific answer. A lot of the time, those can be shorter videos. They can be a little bit more concise. They can be a little bit more scripted out. They can be a little bit more systematic in the way that they're chopped up and the delivery. happens, right? Because with a tutorial, all you have to typically do is probably restate the pain point or the issue, state how you're going to show them how to fix it, and then go out there and provide a solution. Most of the time, people getting started who start with how-to content, myself included, have a very hard time having an audience that is bought into them as a personality. And so it can be a very difficult and long road to eventually try and transition into a place where you can have people give a shit about you as a person and not just the provider of information of the thing that they were looking for a one and done solution for. Correct? And not only that, you are then rewarded for having the shortest videos possible to solve that question, because a lot of people would like to have that question answered in as little time as possible. So you know that when you're going through the search section and you're trying to figure out something, and then you see a video that says it has a great solution, it's 10 minutes, and you see one for 2 minutes, you're probably going to watch that 2-minute video. And that's one of the problems with search versus starting a channel, which is going to be a little bit sometimes harder, starting off with discoverability, browse, all those kinds of other traffic sources. And so because that can be a slower burn, that's why a lot of people, when they're first getting started, are advised to make sure you go after search content. But in reality, search content is probably 30, no more than 40% of a lot of the traffic that is going to be served up across some of these video sites. And so what really grabs attention and can take off like a rocket ship is going to be browse and suggested and all that stuff. So if you're trying to grow immediately faster, sometimes it's better to not directly go after only search, browse history or search history, but going after something that might even incorporate search with browse and suggested. Can I get an amen on that? Or a little like, that makes sense, or a little, a hand clap emoji. So when we're talking about this, the older advice that a lot of people would say, right? I used to be in 2 camps, and it was, you can throw everything at the wall, the spaghetti method, right? And see if anything sticks, if you like it. Then there was the go for the depth instead of the breadth, and go after one thing, get known for that thing, and then just like go after it. However, when you're doing this type of thing and you were, let's say, going after search, I'm going to bring this up as an example. I'm not saying he did it wrong. That's not, don't take it, like, don't go running off and telling, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying as an example, okay? If you were someone like myself or Michael McKinney, who was going after Keynote and iMovie and stuff, and then you try and break out into vlogs and some other thing, you want to make a music video, all of a sudden it's like, it's a little bit weirder. It's harder for us because we've then pigeonholed ourselves into a specific type of category of content. Similarly, along that same vein, if you were someone like Daniel Patel, a friend of mine, and he had done a bunch of stuff inside of one specific type of software, and then that software company has a little bit of kerfuffle that's happening online and people are not happy with them, are they in turn then associating, Daniel's content and Daniel with that? And I'm not saying in this case they necessarily did, but Daniel then had to jump through all of these hoops, right, to try and, one, tell everyone I have disassociated from this company from a while back now. So that's not that's not on me. Second, I vehemently, oppose the things that they have done, and, making several videos along the way about what he didn't find fair or, just in those situations. But not everybody can do that. But the problem is too, right? If he wanted to then, let's say, hide all of those videos on that particular type of product, his own library would take quite a big hit because of the millions upon millions of views that he's done. So as opposed to if you're someone who has sometimes a more eclectic catalog, maybe if something does go south or something like that, you can just be like, I'm just not going to make that content anymore. So that's kind of hand in hand with that spaghetti method. You can do something like that. And then there's the, you can be known for one specific type of thing, and then you can have these multiple types of channels if you want to express yourself in other ways. So that someone like MKBHD can have the autofocus channel, which started as a series on his main YouTube channel, and then he has his podcast type channel and podcast clips. So he's got all of these other facets of himself that now he's able to share, but they're not all on the same channel. And this is, what, 10, 12 years on the platform and millions upon millions of subscribers later. So you could almost stand and be like, well, why didn't you want to just do one new channel? There could be a few different things. Maybe you want to monetize differently. Maybe you want to reach a specific audience each time specifically and can charge different types of things for, let's say, advertisements and sponsorships because they're going to be more specifically branded to a type of content. So it could be even better for advertisers. It could be also a feather in your cap to be like, I have multiple channels with, gold play buttons or silver play buttons or the such. But we're getting off track. When it comes to then the channels, you get to make your decision. Could be the spaghetti method, could be the go all in on a particular type of category. These days, I do believe, is it still fine to go after some search traffic? Yeah, sure. If you want to see, though, someone who cares about you, your personality, and you want to have more chances of getting more pockets of growth quickly, it may behoove you to go after more of the breadth and browse type of thing, right? So all that being said, now let's talk a little bit about, let's say you decide to make a YouTube channel, you put out a video, what kind of schedule are you keeping? One of the things that's always a big pet peeve of mine is going to be something like when they say new videos weekly, vlogs every day, something like that, something that is just never going to happen and sustain. So, if a new show showed up on television, it was supposed to be Thursday night, always slated after back in the day Friends or Seinfeld or whatever. If they just stop showing up 2 months, down the road, and then it was sporadic and it's not winter break, and then they come back a few weeks later, and then they go fast and furious and they show up on Tuesday, and then they come back on a Thursday, and then they're gone again for 6 months, they get the reputation of being not too reliable and more sporadic in nature. And so also, if you don't have regular interaction with people or, serving strong signals that a lot of these things are going to happen on a repetitive and timely type of basis, it could be riskier to try and push out your content to people because they don't know if you're going to make more of it. So if that makes sense, can I get a little hand clappy for that? So when you are thinking about the very beginning, it's very pie in the sky. Everything is romantic, and you think that, oh my gosh, I'm going to put out 5 videos a week. And let me tell you, there's probably not a faster way to burn out than you just you go gung ho, balls to the wall, something like that, and then just realize it is not a sustainable pace. And so I would advise for you to, if you are not the person who's going to be able to commit to a specific day or anything like that, don't put it in your banner, first of all. Okay, don't do that. Just promise maybe what kind of content your channel is actually about. Next is going to be, how do you optimize your channel page when people, let's say, find one video of you, they like you, they want to come to your channel page. Have you optimized your front page to be customized into something that's a little bit more attractive to new viewers to hopefully hit that little round, I was going to say rectangle, but it's not a rectangle anymore. It's a little pill, to hit that pill button for you. So when it comes to customizing a homepage, I know I did a live stream specifically about that. So you could definitely check that out, how to optimize your channel homepage. But, in general, it's going to be with the playlist or types of categories of content, and making sure maybe you have a channel trailer, or maybe you have a specific video for people who are already subscribed, right? And that could be something that a video that got you the most subscribers, one that got you the most watch time, one that has, a general overview of what people can expect when coming to your channel. Those types of things. Are you actually optimized for that? Now, another thing that you can do, I've never personally liked it, but can you do this? Yes, you can. You can go into TubeBuddy's promo materials. You can do this, or you can generate it, but it's the sub confirmation equals 1 button, where the link that you generate, this could be from an email list, from a post somewhere that you put online, and it will take someone to your channel's homepage. Hopefully it looks beautiful. And then it pops up with a little modal that says, do you want to confirm that you'd like to subscribe to this user's channel? And so you can do that. I think it's a little aggressive. I've never been a big fan of it. Okay. I'm just gonna put that out there. I've never been a huge fan of that. However, you can do that. Okay. You can also do something like, click here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you could put that link there and put it into your bio in places such as Instagram or TikTok or something else. so that when people do click on it, they would go to your channel and hopefully subscribe. But, right? But it's kind of a very passive way. What am I talking about? Let's see, which video is this? Let's see. I'm wearing the blue sweatshirt. Let's see, put something on the screen, Shelly. Give us a visual. Help us out. Okay. Now, another thing that you're going to have is you are going to have more options for things called plugins. This is Final Cut Pro versus iMovie. That video was made as a, what are the differences and similarities between iMovie and Final Cut Pro, and do you actually need to upgrade? Yeah. If you guys actually want to see more video editing tutorials as well, let me know. I tried to do a couple recently on Premiere. I did one on like how to add captions in Premiere, and then I did one in maybe it was auto reframing, but it was on mobile. So anyone using like Adobe Rush, how to do auto reframing, which is also available in the full version of Premiere, which I think is actually a really underutilized and really cool tool to basically take a wide video, and if there's a subject in it, you can try to kind of follow that subject and create a vertical clip. So I thought that was kind of cool. No one else seemed to agree with that. I don't know if people don't like Premiere, or they don't like me, or they don't like video editing things that aren't iMovie. I don't know if that's true, because honestly, I did do that one on InShot, and that one did fairly well. Maybe I should do more InShot tutorials. I don't know, or CapCut. But that's what you call good customer service. Absolutely. Let's find out. So there's all of that, all right? So you can put your link in other places and other socials if you want to have people have that kind of little sub confirmation equals 1. If that's something that you'd like to do, you can certainly partake in that, okay? Now, the other thing, if you think about it, where's the volume coming? Is it still coming from the TV? I think it is. I was like, why do I just keep hearing myself still? Oh, another thing, that just reminded me, I just put them on the floor because they were on the shelf, because I wanted to start obviously a video. But since you're here, I'm going to show y'all my boots, that my second pair of boots that I just finished, that will be making their debut at, good shake, buddy, at the second round of auditions that are this weekend. So, excuse you. I don't know if you heard that. He just... Oh, jeez. And now I'm going to show you guys. Cooper had dental surgery, and so now his little tongue sticks out. I mean, it kind of did a little bit before, but now it's kind of like, I think it's permanent. I don't mind. I think it's the cutest. Wait, look at this little... Oh, look at that. Look at you, Mr. Cooper. I like it. Oh my gosh. His little tongue. Look at it, you guys. Is he not? Oh, he's the best. Oh, Mr. Cooper, you're the best. Okay, wait. Let me show you off. Let me show you off to other people. Oh, there it is. His little tongue flapping in the wind. Oh, okay. We'll cover all your manly bits. We'll cover the manly bits. But, look at his little tongue. He's the cutest. You're so cute. You're so handsome. Look at everybody. Look at his little tongue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to try and hold your hand. Okay. So this leads me to people trying to share their links on other social media sites. Now, I know I just said you can put that link in your bio. Now, here's what I mean, like within reason. The last thing that you want to do is always be heading into some of these Facebook groups or different places where the video does not belong, dropping your link and running, or just saying like a general at everyone, like subscribe to my YouTube channel, or watch this video, or minutes for minutes, hug for hug, sub for all that. Can't even concentrate with his little tongue, because if someone does go click on your video and then they quickly click off of it, it's sending signals to YouTube. This person does not enjoy this content. This content may not be very good, and maybe we should stop showing it to people. Okay, so you want to be careful with that. You could be shooting yourself really in the foot. What do you have stuck on you? What is that? So you want to be careful. Don't just be a link dropper and take off, right? It should not be dropped in these Facebook groups unless you actually are answering something, is a question with your video that maybe someone asked in the group, or you're trying to show an example of something that's like-minded, right? That could be a reason to do it, but otherwise it's not gonna go for the right reasons. Another thing then is going to be avoiding is going to be that sub for sub type of trap that you all get so maybe caught up in your head thinking this is a great idea, right? Because we all know that sometimes if you start to have a lot of subscribers but not a lot of people clicking your videos or people watching, that can also be bad signals to YouTube. It can also have your channel be put into trouble because it is technically a violation of the terms of service. And yes, we did an entire live stream, series of live streams about specifically terms of service type stuff. And we even read off the official definition. So it really is there in the rules, and it's artificial means of increasing subscribers and watch time and such. Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, Pixelpia, great to see you. It's very nice to see you. How's everything with your red bubble? Don't apologize. You're totally fine. It's totally fine. How's your sister? So we're discussing how to get your first 100 subscribers on YouTube. Also, if you guys have tips or tricks that you want to share with people who are maybe watching this on playback in the future, what's your best advice for someone trying to reach their first 100 subscribers, and make it good, and I'll put it up on the screen too, so it's forever immortalized on screen, okay? So let's be smart about how we share our links, okay? I would say that a lot of people in the very beginning, they don't spend probably enough time and attention on things like creating the right titles, creating the right pacing, creating the right thumbnails. So those types of things can go a long way to being able to promise and deliver on what it is and the premise of what you're trying to entice people in with, okay? Yeah, building on Redbubble. Have you seen, go back like 2 minutes, you'll see Cooper with his little, oh, I don't know if you can see, there it is, your little tongue out. He had dental surgery last week, so we've been keeping an eye on him. They also told us like Coop can only have wet food, like soft food, for the rest of his life. And so we're also trying to figure out like what is the appropriate amount of wet food to feed a dog who previously only had wet food at dinner, but they had access to dry kibble all day long. So when you're completely replacing one to the other, it's like, what does that look like? So if anyone, I mean, I know I tried to read on the little box, but because we bought like this package of 36, each individual one doesn't actually have any recommendations on how much to actually feed. So just thought I would share that with you. If there are other dog parents out there, right? And one's 5 pounds and Coop's 11 pounds. So I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to feed them. I don't want to starve them, and I don't want to like make them put on even more COVID weight. I just don't know. Okay. So now the next thing that we're going to talk about though is before you end up focusing on subscribers, you really need to ask yourself, why do you need a specific number of subscribers? Because these days, the things that you used to get at 100, which was your custom URL, is no longer applicable because now everyone has the opportunity to get their own YouTube handle. And because of that, hi, you when you get up, that you don't need that at 100 subscribers anymore. You can have that at like day 1 with 0 subscribers. Here, you want to show everybody your little tongue? You want to show them one more time before I put it down? Look at this. Look at this. You're the cutest thing I've ever seen. I love you. Oh my gosh. I love you. Okay, put it down. There we go. So it used to be you wanted your URL which you get now anyway. And there wasn't that much else that you were going to get, right? So if you're, hi, I love you. I love you. Okay, so Pixelpia advice for someone trying to gain their first 100 subscribers. Let's put this up on screen here. See how big it gets. Focus on making videos, not on views and subscribers is my advice. And that's really good advice at the beginning because those first few, 25 videos, not a lot of people are watching them sometimes. And so that is really the time for you to, one, really get over your fear of publishing videos, right? And actually, I always say you're not a YouTuber until you actually hit a publish button. Otherwise, you're just a viewer, and that's fine too. We need viewers. We need lots of viewers. But if you want to call yourself a YouTuber, you actually have to publish something. So, if you can get over that initial hump and fear of, oh my God, it has to be perfect. And you can be like, oh my gosh, it's done. Because done is better than perfect, right? And it's done when you say it's done, right? And when you actually hit publish on a video, that's when you finally get to call yourself a YouTuber, at least in my opinion. So we have Marcus saying, make videos that you would want to watch yourself. Now, a lot of people would agree with this because they would say in the beginning, let's say, take myself, for example, you can be like, hey, there's not a lot of eye makeup tutorials for girls with Asian eyes that don't have like the traditional crease. And so you're like, once you start to sometimes notice some of these holes in the marketplace, let's say the video marketplace, you can be like, wow, I really wish there was this, or I really wish that I could find this. And then you can be like, I could be the person that makes this, right? So it could be something like that. So, and this is always good advice too, right? The 1% better each time rule, which is start and improve something with each video, right? So one of the problems a lot of us have are going to be, we think I have to have it all perfect, right? And I think you guys have seen like pictures that I put before on my community tab, and in videos I've referenced it, but like my first ring light, because I couldn't afford a ring light, it was a DIY project with a wreath wireframe covered in tinfoil, held together with zip ties with little lights, like string lights on it. So that was my first ring light, and it was held together on top of a paper towel holder with more zip ties. And I used that for, I don't even know, 40 videos, maybe more. And but the thing is, like, I was trying to up level from not having very good lights, right? So the more you make videos, then the more you think, oh, I should change a little something, or I should maybe improve my audio quality. And then I bought a better mic, right? And then it's like, oh, I should, do this editing. Maybe I should learn how to add a transition. Maybe I should learn how to add in, some B-roll. I still don't do that. Maybe I should add in how to have an animated subscribe overlay. Maybe I should add in, all these things that you start to pick up these skills as you go, whereas a lot of people think they really need to have that all figured out before they can hit publish. And it's not true, right? So having that humility and being able to be like, hey, it may not be perfect. This is the best that I can do right now. You do better until you know better, and then you do better after that, right? After he's just sitting here. It's like, I love you. He's so cute. So here's another thing, right? Pixelpia says, have fun. If it's not fun, why are you doing it, right? And here is, oh my God, yes. Oh, hey, I was doing that same motion behind me as I was. Oh, that's funny. I was doing this, and then I noticed the girl on the TV. I'm the girl on the TV, was also doing this. But I was saying that, I used to rail on people in Clubhouse, being like, what are you doing here? Get out of here. Go make something. Stop being in these rooms for 4 hours. Go create something. Because I was so sick and tired of the same people showing up every week and then being like, I want to have a YouTube channel. I'm like, girl, guy, person, you could have a YouTube channel with multiple videos on it if you just stopped hanging out in all of these rooms. And that's the thing is, too much analysis leads to paralysis. We all know this. Too much research leads to inaction. And in this environment, it's really trying things, breaking things, fixing things that makes you improve. Because just like the clay pot story, you can theorize, summarize every other person's experience, but unless you've done it, gotten your fingers into the pot, gotten a little dirty, you're never going to know truly what it's like. You're going to have this theoretical thing, but not a thing in reality. And so I think it's really important for people to realize to become who you say you want to become. You have to do the things that the person you will become would be doing. Again, let me say again, if you want to be a different type of person, you have to do the types of things that that person would be doing, right? It's that easy or that difficult. It's a simple principle, but it's hard in execution. Okay. So, Marcus, great point, says, if you spend more time watching tutorials rather than actually creating, you are overthinking. Yeah, over-consuming can lead a lot of us down a road to like being scared to actually perform, pull the trigger, and do said thing. And so I know that a lot of people go head first into research, but at some point you have to like, nope, like I'm not going to bring that into the fold until like I do this thing. So I learned a skill, and then before I watch another 5 videos about 5 other skills, then it's like, okay, if I learn this skill, let me try this skill, put it in a video, or let me try the skill, film myself trying to do this skill so I can share with other people the experience that I went through as I was learning the skill. That would be better than moving on to the next tutorial. Hopefully that makes sense. Well, if you're a tutorial-based channel like myself, okay? So here's one from Pixelpia. When it comes to trying to be perfect, remember imperfection is what makes us human. Absolutely. I think we are a little bit done with overly produced, overly picture perfect. There's a time and place for like these beautiful sets and B-roll shots and robot arms that come in and do like the tech, swirling around video. But sometimes it is what it is with what you got, right? We do the best with what we got, and you put it out there. And then later, if you get some cooler stuff, do it. But don't also let the stuff get in the way, because all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't make videos until I have this new camera. And it's like, I bet you don't even know how to fully utilize the camera on your cell phone. I bet you that the camera that you have right now, you don't even know how to change the frame rate and ISO on it to like match other things when you go like outside of the studio and take it off auto. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there was a great video that I saw where it was like, before you go out there and buy another camera, right? Because we always want to blame it on the camera, which does not make you a better storyteller. Right? And it's like, I want to show you that you can have a really expensive camera and a really inexpensive camera, and it's all to do with lighting, right? And so they changed around the background. They changed where the positioning and the light was coming from, and you can still make a much cheaper camera look better than the super expensive camera because you know how to do lighting, right? So Alonzo Smith says, you're still researching equipment and what content to share. I would just start with your cell phone. These days, one of my best performing videos was shot on an iPad. It's 720. It is what it is, man. And we let wait until I have a phone that shoots in 8K. Why? Dude, no. Just put some stuff out there. By the way, I just bought a new webcam. No more filming on the phone. Awesome. Equipment is overrated. Most people don't even know how to use the equipment that they have. True story. True story. Example. I think I've told you guys and gals this before, but I'm telling this story, okay? I don't need to hear your crying. To the University of Washington. In the springtime, we get these cherry blossoms. The cherry blossoms, which were a gift from Japan, and they planted them at University of Washington. And in the springtime, they bloom, and it's everyone comes and takes pictures. There's a marathon around that time, the cherry blossom marathon that they run, and it's a good time. So I decided one year, so this would have been 1 or 2 years ago. I'm not even sure. I decided that I was going to go take my fancy camera to the cherry blossoms. My husband was going to take photos of me there. So the TV went blank. There I am again. Never mind. So, I think that one's about Clubhouse. Before you ask, Marcus, I think it's about Clubhouse. I think we'll see. We'll find out. I think that's what I was wearing, about how to create a club in Clubhouse. So, or it's Restream. I wore that top in 2 different videos. I think I filmed 2 that day. So, it gets nuts there. Like, you can't go without seeing like hundreds or thousands of people on this quad, where it's like almost near impossible. You have to be a Photoshop wizard to make it look like you're not there in a sea of people. It just is that popular because it's only a short amount of time that these cherry blossoms are going. And so I was like, you know what? Like, the only shot we're going to get at this is like getting there at like the butt crack of dawn. And so I was like, and I should have researched a little bit more, because not only was it dark, like the sun hadn't even come up yet, but where the buildings are and everything, it has to go like up and over the buildings before it peaks out and you actually start to see light. So we were there and there was like no one there, but there was no one there because those pictures would have probably been fairly unusable, because it looked like it was like just completely dark out. So we're there. And I am pretty good with my camera settings for video when it's sitting on a tripod. However, we were trying to take portraits, and I wasn't sure about changing around the ISO, changing around the f-stop, changing around the shutter speed on the fly. And so every time we tried to take a picture, it was just taking a really long time, because for some reason it was set on a super low shutter speed. And so and the pictures were coming out all like blown out. So just all the settings were wrong. And I was just like, I don't understand. And it's not like, I was like, okay, let me set the aperture priority. And then it would turn out like something else was wrong. I'm like, okay, fine, let's try and set the shutter priority, and then like change. So I was trying to run everything in manual, and I didn't know enough about this camera in photo mode, because I've pretty much just use it on a tripod, set it up for, live streaming or to shoot video through the computer. And I don't change anything. If studio lighting or whatever that you have in your room, nothing changes. So you don't have to fix anything. And so we abandoned that camera and we just started using an iPhone. And here I am, we've got this, oh God, I think I was using that Sigma 18-35 on it too, which is my favorite effing lens. So this would have been maybe 3 years ago even then, because I think I switched over to Sony even after that. Is that right? So it would have been the Canon camera with the 18-35. So we are there, and so we have this beautiful camera, and what are we doing? We're just using an iPhone, because we hadn't, and my husband doesn't know anything because he shoots on a Nikon. We brought my camera, and I wasn't able to teach him how to, change these settings on the fly. So we're using an iPhone and carrying around this like really nice, like, camera with $800 lens on it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing, is I don't even know how to properly use the equipment that I have. And yet I was like also out there being like, oh, we should look at new cameras. We should look at even better lenses. And I'm like, girl, why? Learn to use the shit you have, because you're not doing anything with it right now. That's probably what you should be doing. Anyways, that's the whole point. Use the equipment that you have now. Use what you know how to work. So if you know how to work your iPhone or your Samsung phone or, whatever else, use that, and don't let that be an excuse to stop you. Trust me. Just trust me. All right. Pixelpia says, I've never bought such an expensive webcam, but I'm thinking of doing overhead video, so it does. Oh, it's worth the money. Which one did you buy? The Brio or something else? Let me know. And Alonzo Smith, I'm not shitting on you in any way, being like, you shouldn't go out and buy whatever camera you want. I was just saying, don't let that be your excuse. Mr. Camera Junkie is in the house. Hey, how's it going, Louise? Great to see you. I know that you would have been able to work the camera and not have resorted to using an iPhone for a photo shoot, because that wouldn't be a very good username if you... Anyways, I digress. We are talking originally the original point of the live stream is advice that you would give someone trying to reach their first 100 subscribers. Okay. So if you have some, let me know in the chat what it is, and we'll put it up on screen as well. Okay. So you should be having some fun making the videos that you are. And, you should be selective about who you're asking sometimes to subscribe. Don't just go barrage your family with like, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, your friends, because again, if they're not actually going to watch your content or enjoy it, watch through it, it's not really that great of a button press for you. Okay. And it would be better for you to connect one-on-one, answer your comments, respond to questions that people have, and actually do it organically. Okay. The Insta360 link for 290. Wow. A round of applause for Pixelpia. Very nice. Very nice. And you know what? One of the things that I love about you is that you've been making videos for, I don't even know how many videos you have out now. And now you're investing in more equipment, right? And so that's the thing is I think it's one thing if you are making videos and you're like, you know what? I would like to do these overheads. I would like to do these other angles. I would like to up level and get my 1% better in all of these videos. I think this piece of equipment will help me do it, right? Versus never having made any videos until you already have the camera. It's a difference. It's a big difference. And so Pixelpia is a great example of that, being able to make sure you use what you have when you have it. And then when and if you want to or can, you can upgrade your equipment and add more into the mix. But also keep in mind, the more things you bring into the mix, the more complicated things can sometimes get, right? All of a sudden, like it seems great to have 5 different cameras. If you watch my friend Zach Talks Tech and Zach Talks Pixel, when he live streams, he'll run through the different cameras and angles that he's got. He'll be like, dad cam, concerned cam, overhead cam, and a couple of different ones. A camera of the camera screen. I always love that shot. I think it's great where it's like, you see all the stuff that's up on screen too. Are you one of those people that like kind of pauses real quick though, so you can also see like what's on their screen? What settings are they using? Are they shooting 24 or 30 or 60? I totally do that. I totally have done that. Like, what is it? What's this? Although, like, those things are completely useless because unless you're sitting in the exact same thing with, like, the exact same lighting, it's never going to look the same. But I'm just always curious. And I'm, like, pixel peeping. I'm like, are you shooting 30 frames per second? As you should. Or are you shooting 24 because it's cinematic? Dumb. I shoot 30 because math is easier on a 30 time frame. That's just me. Actually, I shoot 60 a lot of the time too. Like if I'm on my phone, it's 4K 60 and I like it. I like the things that are easily divisible by 30, okay, on the FPS. Anyways, actually, how do I do a poll? Let's talk about this real quick. I want a poll. How do I, wait, I can do it, right? Live chat. How do I add a poll in the middle of the... Can I not? No, I'm not trying to super chat or super sticker myself. How do I do that? I thought I had it. I thought I had the ability to... Oh yeah, I have my emojis. How do I add a poll? Okay, forget it. There's only a few of you. So tell me what frame rate you shoot in. Okay. Put it as a comment. All right? Put it as a comment. Pixelpia says, I have filmed on my phone for 3 years. Hell yeah. And let's not forget, I remember that, El Jefe Reviews shot on a phone for, I don't even know, first 30,000 subscribers, 40,000 subscribers before like the community chipped in, ended up at one time buying him a camera, which was so rad to see. That was such a good moment. So, I mean, he was such a great example of that, using what you have. So, oh, we got one from, let me see, let me put it up. Let me see here. It says, my advice for your first 100 subscribers would be to be passionate about the subject matter. Yes. So you can talk about it even when no one is watching. Hashtag keep going. Love that. Cooper. Yes. Everybody. Oh, I know what he's saying. He's saying I didn't show off the boots. Shall we show off the boots? 4K 30? Yeah. Mm, mm. See, this is why we're buddies. 4K 30, 4K 60 in the house. Yes. Get out of here with your 24 frames, people. I mean, you don't have to get out of here, but like, you know what I'm saying. Hold on. Like I said, these boots are making their debut on Saturday for the second round of auditions for my dance. Hi, buddy. Are we ready to show the people? Look at them. Oh my God. They look so good. Wait. Look at that. Look at, even on the toes. Thank you, buddy. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that. Each one of those placed by hand, lovingly. Maybe not always lovingly, sometimes like with disdain, but like, look at that. You know what color the boots were? They were white boots. I was going after this this pair of old gringos that have green metallic kind of finish on them, but theirs is more of like a green gold. I figured is in the end what it really is, and these are more like green silver. They took a turn. You can see it on my Facebook. They started with the first coat of paint on the white, and it ended up looking like Tinkerbell Fairy Green. And then the second coat went on, and I threw some glitter in there, and they ended up being Christmas Tree Green. It was not good. It was not, in fact, it was the color of the stitching because I didn't paint over that. Buddy, I'm almost done. And then I decided to mix in a silver pearlescent color with the green. And then it ended up being this green. And then I threw on some acrylic finisher on top of it to make them more shiny. But if you do see the boots that I was going for, they are more like a green gold metallic. And so instead of mixing in silver, I should have done gold. But I'm still going to rock. I still love them. And I think the little green stones, are we kidding? God, they just look so good. They look so good. And considering where they came from, they were white, right? I'm pretty proud of myself. Buddy, if you keep this up, I'm going to keep showing people your little tongue out. Is it tongue out Thursday? Is it tongue out Thursday? Oh, now he's running away. Anyways, certain applications for 24 frames for YouTube, 30 all day. Yes. 30. 30 all day, all day. All day, all day, all day. Yes. So, you know what's so funny about that? Pixelpia, first of all, you know, I am all about trying to help people find ways to make money. Yes. A girl that used to be on the dance team with me apparently started her own business blinging out other people's boots. If you like it and you don't mind and you have the time to do it, people who do mind and don't have the time and have extra money would rather just pay you to do it for them. So it is a business that you could do if you wanted to. But I think honestly, for me to do this for somebody else, it's so labor, like every single one of these is placed by hand. Every single freaking stone in here, of which I probably placed, what were those bags? Those bags were, I'm gonna go look. I don't wanna say it wrong. Let me go look real quick in my, because it says I used basically all of them as well. So this is a very good orders. This is a very good example here of being able to monetize anything, your passion around whatever you're interested in. Buddy. Mommy's talking. Okay, hold on. I don't know why it's so mad at me. But each bag, it took almost 2 full bags completely, and each bag was, dang, what was each bag? Because I had bought some where there was 14,000 in each, and I bought some that were, it depends. It always depends, right? It always depends. Mr. Cooper. What? What is it? Can you guys hear him? Ha 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 ha. I got you. I got you. I got you. I'm just going to show everybody your little tongue again. I'm going to shove it for your little tongue again. Where is it? Is it back inside your mouth? Is it back inside your mouth? Did you do that on purpose? Oh my gosh. Oh no, there it is. 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 Okay. Regardless. They might have been little bags of 17. So there's a good like 14,000 stones that I placed in my hand. Yeah, it's a shit ton of work. So I'm like, I don't think I would be able to do that. And it wouldn't even be profitable. Because each pair of boots, the green boots, I'm probably in 25 hours. The boots, the red ones that you guys have seen on my TikTok and other places on YouTube, I put a short. That one was 35 hours because it has all these different sizes of stones and all these different intricate patterns and stuff. And and that was over several weeks. So that was a good least 35 hours. These boots, I'm good 25 hours in on those. So I would have to charge like $350 each, each pair of boots. I feel like, Casey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What do you have? I feel like that is like probably the life of a mother of a toddler. Like, what do you have in your hands? What's in your mouth? Like, what are you doing over there? Put that down. Oh my gosh, I just, anyways. So, but yeah, if you are into that kind of thing, you could totally have a business doing that, personalizing for other people and doing that. So you should be passionate about the things that you're interested in. I completely agree with that. So, wow, Amazon is still frozen. It's just frozen. It doesn't want to share. And charge $400 to also make it worth your time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there it is. There's your little tongue, buddy. There's your tongue. There's your tongue. Louisa, I was going to ask you, what do you charge for video editing these days? So I started doing content minis, y'all know, right? And so I am doing that, and it's $500 for basically 2 hours a day on weekdays for people. And when you actually break it out to per hour, if it's 10 hours then in a week, let's say 40 hours in a month, when you break it down into a 500, it's like editing for $12 an hour. So it's actually pretty damn cheap. And like the prices should honestly go up, but it was also one of those things like it's the first time charging and I wasn't sure. And it's also a weird concept for a lot of people to wrap their heads around, being like fractional editor, 2 hours a day. It is what it is. I get done what I get done. And so, but these are the things that we learn, we try, we grow, right? Yeah, if you think about it, if it's $400 for 25 hours of boots, that's still better rate than I'm getting for video editing. But I'm saying these little things that, what was the Dodo 07? Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, the overlays are locked and I don't know how to make it. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with us and subscribing. Appreciate that. But there are lots of opportunities and ways that you can go about making, thank you, honey, making sure that you're able to monetize your passions. But to bring a bow on all of this stuff, right? You should be sharing what you love with the world, usually through video, and you don't have to have a magic number of subscribers to be able to start making money. So you could have less than 100 subscribers. You could still be charging people for things that you're actually good at. And while in the end, all of this was about how to get 100 subscribers, I think you also realize you don't need a specific number for anything to achieve or do anything, right? So just keep that in mind. You're all fabulous the way you are. If there's something I can do to help you along your YouTube journey, let me know, okay? Because, I'm here for y'all. So you're working with retainers. You can select how many hours you need me to help. I would love to know more about how you charge and what you do for others. I just feel like that'd be cool to learn. Hi, I love you. You're such a good boy. You be careful. People will start to think you actually like me. and I know you don't. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go, but so good to hang out with all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that myself and the wonderful people that come here and were here with me live in the collective brain of amazing awesomeness and helpful, were helpful and gave you a tidbit or something to chew on and think about as you're on your YouTube journey as well. It's a safe place for you to come and chat with other people that are like-minded, sharing what they love with the world through video. So until next week, if you have not yet, make sure you subscribe, hit that button. You know, if you want to give it a thumbs up boop, I would appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you in a video very, very soon in a live stream next week. Bye, y'all.